Johannesburg Mayor Dada Morero has had to explain the logic behind his thoughts when he suggested or made the suggestion of recruiting foreign nationals to the JMPD was a good idea. Now, his statement and his suggestion got a lot of backlash, especially on social media, as the clip went viral.
Comrade Chair, Deputy Chair, I always ask this question, that none of our policemen and women in uniform can speak any of the foreign African languages. And the challenge is for us to deal with crime. And you can have all your suspects here. Before they write their statements, they can plan what they are going to say in front of you without you even hearing what they are saying. It might be a culture shock to suggest to this REC that if we are serious about fighting crime in Ward 67, we have no option. But those that are properly documented with proper documents can be recruited to the Johannesburg Metropolis Department.
Now, after all the backlash, as well as him having to explain himself in the media, it seems like the mayor of Johannesburg has withdrawn his proposal to hire documented foreigners as JMPD officers.
Upon further reflection, I have come to the conclusion that my suggestion was not consistent with the policies of the ANC and policies of government. I therefore unconditionally withdraw my proposal and apologize for the anxiety it might have caused to the residents of Johannesburg and the people of South Africa as a whole. I wish to appreciate, of course, the robust manner in which our people were engaged in this discourse, especially in social media platforms. The participation of our people in this discourse reaffirms our belief that we have a vibrant and conscious citizenry upon which a prosperous society can and will be built. And let me conclude by saying the instructions of the Lekgotla are clear that the proposal by the regional chair has been rejected and the Lekgotla has resolved on the way forward on this matter, and I will therefore not entertain any further debates in as far as this proposal is concerned. Thank you.
Thanks, Regional Chair. We will take questions. You will be aware that the Lekgotla is underway. There are some presentations that are happening there. We won't take much of the questions. We'll have one round of questions, and then we'll have answers, and then we'll close the presentation. Can we then take hands for the questions? Number one, number two. There won't be any second round. Number three. Okay, that should be. But yeah, we'll be done with. We'll start with number one and end with three. You can shoot.
Yeah,
introduce yourself.
I'm Howard Maolewa from USM. Mr. Morero, I would imagine for you to come up with this kind of proposal, it would mean that JMPD would have possibly been overwhelmed by cases that involve foreign nationals. So please kindly just give us an idea of how big a problem is this? Are they dominant among those who have been arrested or not? And considering that you recently the ANCPC has had to say to the REC that's a bad decision, where we are told that you have decided on deploying your own REC members into the board of state institutions. Now you have a regional chairman making what appears to be a simplistic solution to a rather complex problem. Why should the residents of Johannesburg be confident that this REC, now that you've just taken over the metro, you will deliver them where they need to be in terms of services, especially considering these two things that happen. You are making this bold statement and having to backtrack on it because it's being rejected by your REC, as well as the one on the deployment of members of the board. Why shouldn't people think that you are like not make sure of
Number 2.
Same kind of company 24. Mr. Morero, Mr. Mayor, Chairperson, you're making a U-turn. Are you not concerned about what that says about you as a leader? You make a proposal, it's debated, it's workshop. I want to ask you, before you brought it to the Lekgotla, who else did you consult about this? Why did you think it was good enough reason, good enough idea to propose in the first place? And then, are you not concerned about how this pains you as a leader to just come back and then change your mind? Thank you.
Number 3. Covered. Okay.
Just one. Mr. Morero, we've seen in the past when mayors make public comments and it ends up going to council, a motion is tabled in council. Same thing happened to Catalan some months ago. Do you not fear that your statements could lead to other political parties within your coalition in Joburg raising concern? Do you think you'll table a motion against you and concern? Thank you.
The problem? No, thanks very much. We'll hand over to the regional chair to answer.
Yeah, I think the questions asked by Samtanda would actually help us. The presentation was made as part of the political overview, which is normally once we go to the Lekgotla, the chairperson is given a task to present a political overview which sets the tone for debate at the Lekgotla. So it was presented on that basis. And of course, the Lekgotla understands, even myself as an individual, I understand that the ANC is a democratic organization where members get to debate robustly on any proposals that comes from leadership. And in fact, this matter was brought in on the basis of a political review, and myself, not being a dictator, understands that it's not my way or the highway. The collective of the ANC engages on suggestions and proposals, and that was the approach that we have taken in this debate. Secondly, Alpha, this is the matter that was presented at the Lekgotla of the ANC, and no other political party is part of this Lekgotla except the political alliance structures, which are an alliance in the ANC, and they understand the traditions of the ANC in engaging in debates, especially at the Lekgotla. So that matter will not even begin to worry the ANC, or rather be a matter for discussions. It's an ANC matter, and the ANC as an independent political organization debated this matter and arrived at a particular view, which we have already shared with you, on what the Lekgotla would have arrived at. It is also important to respond to, I think it's Gaugelo. We've got a solid REC, and that is why Lekgotla is sitting today, a week after we have elected a mayor from the ANC, to take stock of the challenges in the city, so that the Lekgotla can therefore inform, based on the GDS 2040, what are the critical issues that the deployees of the ANC going back into council, into the mayoral committee, should be focusing on to ensure that we can deliver on the mandate of the NDR, to ensure that we can deliver on services that people want, we can deliver in transformation of the city of Johannesburg. So we've been given the mandate to do so. In giving that mandate, we have also, of course, said we will deploy cadres on the basis of merit, and on the basis of merit in different institutions and boards within the city of Johannesburg, and that's what we have done. It is not a matter of just deploying for the sake of deploying. We looked at merit, we looked at expertise and skill that are required to take us forward, and hence we made that decision. Nothing sinister into that decision that we have made as the ANC. And I think I've covered your question sufficiently, and the REC as it stands, we believe we are in the right state of mind to lead the people of Johannesburg. And in fact, if you look into the statement delivered with the regional secretary will share with you, we covered extensively the expectations of the citizens of Johannesburg in as far as this leadership is concerned. And we drive to the point that this leadership must know that the residents of Johannesburg has high hopes and believing that we can turn around the tide and address all the challenges that are faced by the city of Johannesburg. And we believe we are equally committed and competent to be able to take the city forward.